Hi guys, welcome to another Tekken 8 King guide. And today I'll be talking about one of King's most underutilized moves, his crouch dash. His crouch dash unlocks a lot of things. Let me begin with his most crucial part of his crouch, which is his chain grab. So before we begin with the explanation for all the chain grabs, I have to tell you one thing. So there's this thing called the key charge. Now what you have to do is, you have to assign a button on your controller to press all four of the buttons at the same time. So I've done L3, you can do whatever you want, but it's important that you have this. This makes your chain grabs very easy. So make sure to assign a button because that's how I'll be explaining everything. So he has four different chain grabs that he can do from the crouch dash. Stay tuned till the end of the video. I'm going to be attaching an image with all of King's chain grabs put in a neat flowchart. The first one, the most famous one, is this arm breaker combo. So in order to do that, you have to press 1 plus 4 at the same time. Now this unlocks three different moves. So the first one is where you demolish Kazuya's arm. So you do a crouch dash into 1 plus 4 and then you key mash. It does this. It just demolishes his arm. The second thing you have to do is you press key, then you plus 1 and then you just key mash again. And you have to do this really fast, otherwise you'll mess it up. And then you just key mash. This is his arm breaker combo. And that does 65 damage, which is pretty good. The third one is his most infamous, the rolling death cradle. So in order to do this, you have to do the same crouch dash into 1 plus 4. Then you press key, then you press 1 and key again. And then you go in circles with your command. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. You just go in circles. Let me show it. Key, 1, key. And then you just go in circles. Look at my command output. It's just pressing randomly in the circle. But most people know the break for this, so try the other moves instead. Now going on to his second chain grab, which is 2 plus 3. So I crouch dash, I press 2 into 3. This goes into the standing heel hold. Now this also has three variations. The first one, you can simply do a key mash and you'll get this combo, which does 50 damage and it's pretty good. And the second thing you can do is key 1 and then key mash again. The same thing as before. And it gives you this output. 55 damage. Now the final and most damaging variation of this chain grab is the Indian Deathlock into the King's Bridge. So you crouch dash into 2 plus 3, then you press key 1, 3 and then key mash again. Pretty simple. Just gotta keep smashing. And that's easy 85 damage. Most people don't know how to break. Now we're heading to the last two. This is his 1 plus 3 grab. So you have to press down, forward and 1 plus 3 at the same time. There's only two variations for these and they both do an insane amount of damage. So right after you do this grab, you have to press key 1 and then key mash again. It gives you a lot of damage. And the second variation for this is key mash 2 and then key mash again. Key charge 2 and then key mash again. The same rule applies for the 2 plus 4. So you crouch dash into 2 plus 4 and then you do the same thing. Key mash 1 and then key mash. The same thing will happen again. So yeah, repeat the same moves for the previous one and you'll get a lot of damage. So now what happens is that people get really frustrated. The guy is like, okay, I'm gonna go to his house, torture him a lot. So now what happens is that your opponent gets really frustrated. Every time he sees you doing a crouch dash, he'll just duck instead of taking the I don't know. There's like 4 different grabs here. Do the maths. You can do 4 different grabs from this crouch dash. He doesn't want to guess. So he just starts ducking. And in order to deal with an opponent that is ducking, you have to do King's own Dorian. So let's say your opponent is ducking. What you have to do is, you have to crouch dash into 1 plus 4. And it launches. $74 damage. Pretty good, right? So this is your alternative to deal with people who duck. You can even use it randomly. It's pretty good. This is what King's 50-50 looks like. He can either grab you, chain grab you, or he can launch you for a Doria. It's pretty similar to what Kazuya or other Mishimas do. This is what he can do as a 50-50. Now there's another factor here that we can put into the equation. He can do counter hit moves from his crouch dash. I didn't even look at my script, bro. I forgot about it. So now what happens is that your opponent might stop respecting your crouch dash. He'll just try to interrupt your crouch dash as soon as it comes out. So to deal with these type of people, King has two different counter hit moves from his crouch dash. The first is called the Black Bomb. Not sure why they call it. You crouch dash, then at the end of your crouch dash, you hold down forward. So like that. And you press 1+2 at the same time. So crouch dash, hold down forward, then 1+2 at the same time. And it is the Black Bomb. Pretty decent damage on normal hit. And on counter hit, it does something kind of disgusting. It does 70 damage for basic combos. So not the most optimal combo and it's doing 70 damage. And another thing is that it hits on ground. If your opponent is on the ground, then Black Bomb actually hits him. And it's -9 on block. Sorry, -5? It's -5 on block, which is pretty good. And it has 20 starter frame. Now, going on to the next counter hit move that he has, it's the knee lift. His knee lift is -9 on block and is 15 frame startup. Pretty good. And this goes for a lot of damage on counter hit. So let's say I do a counter hit. Look at this basic combo. 76 damage. Insane. Okay, now if we were to compare these two counter hit moves, the Black Bomb is more safe, but it's a much slower move. The Black Bomb starts at 20, has 20 starter frames, while Knee Lift has 15 starter frames. But the Black Bomb has the advantage of hitting the player when they're on the ground. So now what's happened is that you have 3 options from your crouch dash. The first thing is your grabs, your 4 different grabs that you can do. The second option that you have is to just uppercut him into oblivion and get 74 damage easily. The third option that you have is his counter hit moves, which if your opponent stops respecting your crouch dashes, you can use on him for a lot of damage. So basically now King has a 33, 33, 33 from his crouch dash. So make sure to use. And another bonus tip that you can do from your crouch dash is you do a crouch dash, hold down and then press 1. It launches the opponent quite easily. For 65 damage. This is the most optimal thing you can do. So that's it for the video, guys. Hope you got your utility out of it. Like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see my new King guide that'll be coming out. Basically, I have a few strategies that I've written down to use for King. So subscribe if you want to see that later on. Thanks for watching the video, and that's it from my side.